Okay, just so I've been, or just because I've been hemming and hawing on what to do today, I got a buddy coming in and I got to clean, organize, and get some shit out of the way so he can zonk here for a day or two. So what I figured I would do was, because I'm kind of going through it, I'm on day 5 of a master cleanse, and I changed it up as of yesterday, added some other ingredients, but the cool thing is I did it initially as a detoxification and a cleanse, and you can do it 3 days, 7 days, 10 days, 14 days. It's usually like in about three or 4 day segments. 3 days is the minimum to cleanse your lymphatic system, to basically like flush your system of toxins. And basically it's really simple. It'll cost you about, let me see, about $42 for the 3 days. But basically it's 3 ingredients. Whoops. Ground cayenne pepper. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. Ground cayenne pepper. Organic lemon juice or fresh squeezed lemon juice. You can get actual lemons from a lemon tree, or limes. Limes work too, but it's basically lemon or lime, citrus. And just don't get any, if you can, don't get any citrus in a plastic container because they have a tendency to leach the plastic. And then the third ingredient is, where is it? Oh, it's maple syrup, and organic maple syrup. I got the Coombs kind, and basically it used to be grade A, but now they're actually, I think, only selling grade B, and it doesn't really matter. It was just the darkness of it. But you need organic because your body processes or synthesizes. You could use honey, like organic honey, or blackstrap molasses, but I recommend the maple syrup. It's much better taste. Blackstrap has a tendency to be like, it's very licoricey, so like anise. So it's very much an acquired taste. And then the honey, depending on your taste or whatever. But the cool thing is, the first 3 days you'll notice a bit of a difference. But it flushes you. Like basically you might even get liquid coming out the back end that is like, looks just like what the concoction looks like. It flushes all your intestines and whatnot. And that's what I did. I did it a bunch of times last year, and I wound up losing, the first time I wound up losing like 14 pounds. But I changed up the concoction, and what happens is if you just stick to the 3 ingredients, and what you need to do is kind of, if you have a doctor, just let them know. But just kind of check and see what's going on. What I had happen to me, because I was working out at the time, was I started getting really bad muscle spasms afterwards. And initially I thought it was because of I wasn't drinking enough water because of the cleanse. And it turned out it was vitamin deficiency. And I still don't know if it was either because there's 3 vitamins, and it turns out they're electrolytes, but there's 3 vitamins that actually play a part and will give you, when you're deficient, muscle spasms. And there's actually 4, but I mean, one's salt, obviously. 2 there's 5. One's salt, one's water, but once you eliminate those, it's basically calcium, magnesium, and potassium. So what I did was I got a supplement that was basically all 3 of those components together, and then the muscle spasms went away. And I'm talking like, I've had Charlie horses growing up and playing sports, but these were like, I'd get a Charlie horse in my neck, in my chest, places that I would reach for something and I'd get a Charlie horse in that area. Like, it was different than regular Charlie horses, because usually you get them in your legs or a item that you are using regularly, and usually I got them in the legs. Like, I've got them sleeping, where I get Charlie horses while I'm sleeping, and it would wake me up. So, oh, look at this! Got some pretty girls in a little boat right there. That's pretty dope, right? That's hilarious. So anyways, the cool thing is when if you can go all the way up to 21 days is the full end of the master cleanse, and then the other cool thing is it's all free. Like you don't have to get a book like the Atkins and stay on this whole regimen. You just have to you can eat fruits and vegetables if you want while you're doing it, but A, you're not going to lose quite as much weight, and B, it's not the pure master cleanse because it resets a lot of different things. But I recommend going, and it's what I did is I went 3 days, and then I was like, well, I can go, and I doubled it and went to 7. And then once I got to 7, I actually had a Super Bowl party that I was at that the family made a bunch of food, and it was like just all this food around me. So I wound up eating some vegetables, and then I went back into another 7 days with completely just a cleanse. And truthfully, the only thing, because you eat it or you drink it when you're hungry. So I'll show you a little bit. I mean, the concoction, I've put a little bit of apple cider vinegar in mine this time on this batch, just this like day's batch, because I got it yesterday, some more ingredients. And the apple cider that I got has, it's a special one. They just came out with it where it's got a little bit of organic honey in it, so it changed it up. But for the most part, and then I put some green stuff in it, the concoction before this, just to get some nutrients. But the beauty is you can lose up to 2 pounds a day. After I did the muscle spasms, it was like last year around this time. What happened was I added blackstrap, I added apple cider, and I added this. It's a plant-based nutrient supplement called Cell Food, and it's all from plants. I was losing about like 1.7 or 1.5 pounds a day. Is like it somehow dropped. Like I was getting more calories, and I think it was from the black strap. But as far as things go, it's like I've found it to be the most beneficial, and especially if you're starting to try to go back to exercising and you're 20, 30, 40 pounds overweight or whatever, your hips, hips, knees, ankles, all that lower back is going to be hurting for a while, and you may even injure yourself. I just recommend this is something where to get in, or a bicycle. A bicycle is a great way to start shedding pounds, and it's low impact. But this is something that you can start the process, and it speeds up your metabolism. And then what happens is once you start exercising, it'll speed up even more. So, and I worked out the whole time I was on this, and I've cut weight when I wrestled, and I've cut 30 pounds in 6 days. Is one of the hardest, weight loss sessions that I had. This was nothing like this. This was not where I was completely like, my workout session barely diminished at all. I didn't even know. I don't think it did. But as far, you always have days of fluctuation. That's what it felt like. So I didn't get any of that during the whole 14 days. And then what I did was I came back and did it again. I was 205 pounds last year. And I just weighed myself, and I'm 172, but I'm not working out. Excuse me. I'm not working out. So it's and I got some issues going on, like health. I think it's testosterone based, but it's like, it's coming down where I'm losing muscle mass and gain some higher fat percentage with lower muscle index, I guess is what you want to say. But I'm getting back into the gym, so this cleanse was basically because I started getting headaches and stuff. But that I did it initially just as a detox, not as a weight loss. And initially, when I did it the last time, I did it as a detox originally. And then what happened was I was reading as I was about to do it that a lot of friends, I had like 2 or 3 friends that had done it or were doing it or just got off of it and had lost 2 pounds a day. So what happened was I did it because I had a gluten, and it turned out it's a gluten issue. But I was trying to spot test because I had a skin issue going on and basically find out where it was coming from, and it turned out it's a gluten thing. But I wound up losing in the process like 25 pounds. And then now, I was 186 at Christmas, and then just from getting hurt, I dropped like 25 pounds. So So I went down to like all the way down to 162. So 72, 82. Yeah, like almost 25 pounds. So I'm back to 172 and I feel a little bit better, but this literally is something, if you're going to go through the process, I recommend highly. And the beauty is the guy that designed it, supposedly it's the 3 ingredients somehow work well together. One flushes, one kind of tonifies your liver, and then the other is basically it feeds your brain the glucose that it needs, which is the maple syrup, and it's organic, so it's better. And it flushes your system out. So it's something that, and you can get it all online, and it's supposed to be, it'll only take you down to the weight that your body, like your optimum weight. It won't tap into muscle in the weight loss. And 21 days is the full cleanse. Like I said, what I found is like 3 days, but instead of 3, you go like from 3 days to a week, and then a week to like 10 days. So that's another 3 days. And then from there you go 14 days, which is 2. So it kind of adds a day each stage that you do, but I highly recommend it. And the beauty is you can Google all this on the internet and find out. And I can't remember the guy's name that did it, but it's called the Master Cleanse, and it's 3 ingredients, and well worth it. So anyways, have a good Saturday, and I'm probably going to post later because my buddy's coming in a couple hours. Late.